Come to face it, no one is ever happy when their bank accounts read zero or when their wallets are just as empty as the word itself. If you've ever been flat broke, you'll agree with me that there's almost nothing that excites you at that moment if it's not about receiving credit a lot. But how can you really escape this prison of lack and want when you have no idea where to begin? Let's help you get back on track with these 10 simple recovery steps. Number 1, get into the right mindset. It's about that time you stop slurping around and feeling sorry for yourself. Instead, lock your mind into the power of positivity and envision yourself swimming in a pool of cash, free from debts and financial bondage. Yes, this pretty much does the trick, because if you can think it and believe it, then you can achieve just about anything you set your mind to. And like Joyce Brothers rightly said, success is a state of mind. If you want success, start thinking of yourself as a success. So you're already rich if you believe you are. Number 2, monetize a skill or hobby. You could walk into a mall or restaurant tomorrow and get yourself a job. That's a pretty good stepping stone to financial freedom. Or better still, what is that skill you have and hobby that you enjoy doing? Why not think of ways to make even more money by doing just what you love best? After all, making money doesn't have to be long and boring. It could be a simple skill such as writing, drawing, playing musical instruments, dancing, or even cooking. And you just never know. That skill or hobby could grow into a multi-million business quickly as long as you stay consistent. So why stall time and wish you could be your own boss, or don't you think so too? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Number 3, create a budget. Despite following the steps above, you could still fall right back into the sinkhole of being broke if you've not put yourself on a budget. It is not enough to have a positive mindset and a skill. You also need to move into more tangible actions by crunching up some numbers to create a budget that will guide your income. Let's walk you through some budget methods, shall we? First, begin with making a list of all the cash flow coming in. Then allocate the right amount to each of your expenses. That way, you'll be able to keep track of every penny spent and you'll have control over your earnings. A more thorough way to track your cash is to add up and total all your earnings on a monthly basis, then categorize all spending for the month into subcategories, most relevant and less relevant. For example, expenses like food, transportation, insurance, rent, and utilities fall under the most relevant subcategory, while entertainment, vacation, and clothing fall under the less relevant subcategory. This budgeting method is most efficient to help you understand what spending is necessary and what isn't. Number 4, reduce unnecessary expenses. This is to stress the last point because the bulk of escaping being broke lies here. A trick that works every time is to ask yourself, do I really need this item? And can I do without this item? Before purchasing anything. Most importantly, you must be honest with your answers. If you still have a hard time controlling the purchases you make, then avoid places that trigger impulsive expenses, like supermarkets or malls. But what if going to the mall is unavoidable? There are 2 options here. Make an essential list when you go shopping and do not purchase outside the list. Or better still, hang around some more frugal people who spend wisely. But if you're around those who spend on impulse, it's more likely to rub off on you. A common saying goes with this: if you hang around 5 frugal people, you'll be the 6th frugal person. And if you hang around 5 careless spenders, you'll be the 6th one. Number 5, practice the 50-30-20 rule. When it comes to saving money, some rules apply. The 50-30-20 rule effectively divides your income into percentages across essentials, wants, and savings. For example, 50% should be allocated to your essentials such as rent, food, and transportation. 30% should be allocated to wants like clothes, gifts, and entertainment, and 20% should go into savings. When you follow this rule, you'll see that you'll become more disciplined and able to hold yourself accountable for any penny spent. You can also simplify this method by using the 80-20 rule, where 80% goes into essentials and wants and 20% goes into savings. Number 6. Invest. Investing in trades and stock is unarguably a smart financial move, as it is a way of putting your hard-earned money to work for you. However, an even wiser investment option is investing in your own self. That's right. There's no better way to stay relevant and valuable than to gain more knowledge on whatever you do. Like someone said, making money is an action, keeping money is a behavior, but growing money is knowledge. Self-development is the best kind of investment that anyone could ever make. This includes reading, taking on new challenges, growing and discovering more about yourself. Also, from learning in-demand skills, taking money-making online courses, and beyond, the possibilities of investing in oneself are endless. Number 7. Start a side hustle. The fastest way to go broke is to remain comfortable with only one source of income. According to finance experts, the only way to gain financial freedom is to have up to 4 or 5 sources of income. With that being said, once you've settled on the basics, the next question should be, how can I increase my income and make even more money? I'll answer that for you. Begin a side hustle and stay consistent. As the name implies, a side hustle is any job you can perform in your free time. This kind of job can be anything from freelancing, hairdressing, game, or photography, and its purpose is simply to increase your cash flow and make you more money. Come to think of it, isn't it more fun earning money in your free time rather than binging on movies that wouldn't profit you much? I guess your answer is yes. More interestingly, a side hustle that you're consistent in can quickly grow into another business venture, earning you many thousands or even millions of dollars. So why wouldn't you consider starting one today? Number 8, set financial goals and be committed to them. Recovering from being broke to seeking financial freedom is not as simple as tossing an egg in a pan. It requires strict discipline and commitment. If you can't set goals and stick to them, then it'll be a while before you can break free from the grip of lack and want. Still, setting financial goals is mandatory. If you want to change your financial story, you must clearly understand what you want to accomplish. Envision what you want your finances to look like in 3, 5, or even 10 years and run with these plans. Setting realistic short-term and long-term goals will keep you disciplined and glued to your plans by providing you with a sense of accomplishment. However, even when you're unable to reach some of these goals, don't quickly throw in the towel and become discouraged. Instead, appreciate yourself for other goals achieved, then set one short-term goal that is easy to accomplish at a time. You'll see that accomplishing long-term goals becomes easier when you've done this consistently. Number 9, use your credit cards wisely. Credit cards could be a blessing and a curse if used for uncontrolled expenses. This is because it's easier to spend way over one's budget using a credit card than when using cash. Using cash for shopping instead of credit cards will help you visualize the amount of money you're spending on a purchase or purchases. So, if you're having trouble monitoring your expenses, then it'll be wise to carry cash only when shopping. That way, you'll be more conscious about the money leaving your purse with every purchase. Number 10, avoid doing giveaways. As funny as this might sound, lending money to friends or family is another way to run into quick zeros. This doesn't imply that giving out some money is unwise. However, it can be a very unwise financial decision when you're barely getting by yourself. In essence, you should avoid lending money, especially when you can't afford to pay your own essentials. Adding to this point, you should also stay away from payday loans. Right, this sounds like an excellent idea if you're trapped for cash. However, you should be aware of the insanely high interest rates, which only push you into more debts. And there you have it, folks. 10 things to recover from being broke. Did any of these steps strike a chord for you? Share your thoughts in the comment section, as we would love to hear your views. Thank you for staying with us till the end, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it.